With a kiss, they parted ways. Jace bounced on his toes, trying to get Jocelyn back to sleep, and Audrey trudged down the hall toward their room. I stood there, feeling terrible for interrupting their somewhat peaceful night. Then my feet followed Audrey into the bedroom, hoping she wouldn't kick me out, or in the balls. I heard her sniffles as she climbed into their king-size bed and threw the covers on top of herself. "I'm coming in behind you, doll," I whispered. "No, Lane," she replied harshly. Too late. I lay down on the bed close to the edge so I wasn't anywhere near Jace's side. That would have been like breaking some kind of man code, even though I was already crawling into his bed. I pulled her in close and kissed the back of her head. "I'm sorry. Don't hate me." She groaned in frustration, but she didn't swat me away. For years, Audrey had been the closest thing I had to anything. The family, the friends. I had parents, but I'd pretty much pushed them away. Audrey had helped me wake up every day and continue living. When I escaped to California 4 years ago, I was a man on a mission, bound and determined to find the girl I loved. I decided to go back to college, so I wasn't being a complete slacker. I'd already earned my bachelor's degree in criminal justice, the one I got immediately after high school, finishing it within 3 years. But when I moved to California, I switched things up and went for a second bachelor's in accounting. I realized that those 2 degrees were miles apart, but who says you can't change your mind? I ran into Audrey in our college community center, looking for a roommate. She was surprisingly in the same program as I was, and I just happened to have a spare room. She was beyond damaged, and because I wasn't much better off, we were 2 peas in a pod. Every day I told myself that I let her move in because she looked so wounded, that she needed my comfort. I told myself that I was doing a good deed by helping her. In the end, I realized she was actually helping me. I thought I was protecting her, but she was silently doing the same for me. Together, we took life a day at a time and protected each other from drowning. Last year, I turned 28, and we walked across the stage together with our master's degrees. I knew I had her to thank for helping me get there as well. I knew everything about her. I knew that her biggest fear was being alone. I knew that her hair got outrageously frizzy with even a small amount of humidity. I knew that her friends were everything to her because the family she left behind all those years ago meant nothing to her. At least she tried to make me think they meant nothing. I knew that she loved to sneak peanut butter in the middle of the night, and that she had to keep 2 cups of water by her bedside because she always woke up thirsty. And I knew she was in love with Jace Riley the very first time she spoke about him, even if it was to tell me how much she hated him. I could only hope that the next time I fell in love, I would know the girl half as well as I knew Audrey. She was my sister. Maybe not by blood, but in every way it counted. She was my best friend, and I knew I wouldn't be able to sleep until I'd made amends with her, no matter how small the divide was between us. Audrey knew me better than anyone, but she didn't know everything. I've kept some of my biggest secrets from her, and if she were to ever find out, it would kill her. I understood her heart, though. If she knew all my secrets, she wouldn't rest until everything was resolved. And that was not her job. It wasn't her burden to take on. It was mine. I had made those promises, and I was doing everything in my power to make things right. Doll, you have to know how sorry I am. I realize how tired you've been lately with the newborn. I'm sorry 1,000 times over. Good news is, I'll be out of your hair soon. My landlord said that the house should be done any day now, and I need to head out of town tonight, so you and Jace will be lane-free in a matter of hours. No! She cried, and then shifted so we were facing each other. You can stay here. Please don't leave. I hate when you go out of town. You never come back happy. Tears began to well up in her eyes, and I had to remind myself Audrey was on hormone overload. Every little thing could bring on the waterworks. Tread lightly, buddy. Audrey was